This is Max Williams with United Real Estate Today. I'm in Hanover County. More specifically, I am near Ashland, Virginia, and Ashland is a quaint little town. It's just north of Richmond. A lot of people love Ashland because of the character it has. You've got train tracks that run right through the middle of the town, and so you probably can imagine what that would look like. Directly ahead there, we have a farmer's field, the entrance to a farmer's field. State road maintenance ends right down there, so we are in a nice quiet location. The only people coming through here would probably be that farmer and the two other homes that are here beyond this one. This home was built in 1977. It is a recent rehab. We're situated on an acre, full acre of land, and most of that is in the rear. We've got a big fenced backyard. So if you're the type of person that has animals or two-legged friends that need to run around, it may be a good place for them to do so. Let's go on in and take a look. Later today, I am going to an auction, and this auction is held on behalf of the city of Richmond. A local auction house is going to be selling their tax delinquent properties, and they do that a couple times a year, I believe. And the interesting thing about a tax delinquent auction is the people that go, they're typically going to be investors. They're looking for investment properties, and typically they are cash buyers or have a line of credit. And I'll go into that a little bit here as we move through this home. The auction is unique because the people that are going to be bidding on these homes, they have not seen the interiors of them in many cases, and some of them are actually occupied. So the new owner is going to have to work something out with the current tenants in those properties. In some cases, they may just leave them there and continue to have them stay and work as a landlord. In other cases, they will work something out with the tenant, or the tenant, unfortunately, will be evicted, and they will do a rehab on those properties. Some of these people buying are going to buy to flip. Some of them are going to buy to hold. It just depends on their personal preference. I'm representing a longtime investor there today, and the benefit of an auction for the purchaser is they potentially obviously can get a great deal. The benefit for the seller is they get to liquidate property without a whole lot of hassle. These homes are going to be sold without any type of repairs being done. They're going to be sold as is, where is. They are going to be sold without a financing contingency, which means that the buyer is going to put up a deposit. If they don't close in the 30 days or however amount of time the seller dictates, and they lose their deposit, which can be kind of painful. So these are typically buyers that are seasoned investors, and they have that money ready and available. Auctions are available for owner-occupants or somebody that wants to live in a property, but they're much more difficult, and some of them are actually impossible to do if that buyer is getting financing. HUD homes are actually a version of a auction, but it would be more like a sealed bid auction. HUD will set up a timetable, and everyone has to submit their sealed bids before that time period ends. And then, of course, the highest net offer to HUD ultimately wins the property. HUD homes do have a financing contingency and an inspection contingency, which is the big benefit for a purchaser and a protection for the purchaser. The financing contingency basically means that if your loan were to fall through, that you could get out of the transaction without any penalty. Let's say, for example, you're laid off, you're a federal government worker, and when you make the offer, you're employed, but when you get the offer accepted, you're unemployed or on furlough, then you could get out of that transaction without any penalty. If it were a regular auction and you weren't able to close, you just simply lose your deposit. The other contingency with a HUD home is that you have the ability and the right to do a home inspection. If that home inspection does not meet your expectations, you can get out of the transaction without any penalty. Whereas with a regular auction, or an auction like I'm going to today, it's as is, where is. If you raise your hand and you were the high bidder, then boom, you bought it, regardless of what you find out later on. So obviously people that are attending have to be cognizant of those very important facts. The other big benefit, a lot of people don't know this, is that if you set up your retirement account accordingly, there is a way to buy investment property in your retirement account. It's called a SEP, or a simplified employee pension. And I can't go into that now in just a couple minutes, but however, you do have the ability to even lend money to someone. So let's say you got a rich uncle and he's self-employed and he's got money that's earning 0.5% in some sorry CD somewhere. You could hit him up and say, hey, Uncle, I'm a real estate investor now, and we've got some great opportunities to give you a better reward on your money, and we can all make money. And let's put something in place to make that happen. And your rich uncle could say, yeah, that's a good idea. I've been thinking about real estate, but I don't really want to do the work or don't know where to start. Let's work on this together. Let's all make money. So there are other ways to go about it. If you have any questions about that or anything else regarding real estate or real estate investings, auctions, or just to say hello, be sure to give me a shout. My name is Max Williams. I can be reached at 804-402-7788 on Facebook. I can be reached under Richmond Area Foreclosures on YouTube under my name, Max Williams Realtor. Be sure to kindly like and subscribe. Thanks so much for taking a tour. Have a great day.